What's good, y'all? Master Yoshi here, and I'm coming at y'all with another VRV. My man Jay asked me to do a video talking about how I started to ride. Was it in an empty parking lot, in a residential area? He just wanted to know how I started riding. But first, cue the intro. What's good, y'all? So, as you can see, I'm out here in a big, open, empty parking lot. Well, mostly empty. And this isn't how I started off my riding experience, but this is how I would recommend you do it. I actually started in a residential area, but I'd advise against that, especially on nice days like this, because you got children running around. You got curbs that are closer to the street. You got cars out on the street, mailboxes, all that. A bunch of objects that you got to worry about not hitting. Even though this parking lot right here has a bunch of these little medians in here and whatnot, this is okay for me because I know how to ride, but try to find something even more open and empty than this. So, again, I started off in a residential area, and I got my first bike, a Honda CRF 80F.
Cash Money Records taking over from the 99 to the 2000.
Back in the 5th grade. And when me and my moms were shopping for a bike, they asked me, or the dealers were asking if we wanted a semi-automatic or fully automatic, or if we wanted a manual transmission. I don't remember how I knew, but I had already knew that this here was the clutch. This is my throttle, front brake, rear brake over there, and my gear shift. So I knew that I wanted a fully manual transmission. That was no question. So moms ended up getting me that bike. Now, when my mom already knew how to ride when I got mine, she had recently taken her motorcycle lesson, and she had her license. So when she was teaching me how to ride, actually, I think she had her license for about 2 years before she bought me my bike. But anyways, my first lesson, the only thing I was allowed to do was take off from a stop. Now, on that little 80, that little CRF 80, I remember I used to have to get on the throttle first and slowly release the clutch. I don't remember if that engine was powerful enough to get rolling on its own by just using the clutch. So I'm going to show you first what I learned how to do, and then I'm going to show you what I know now. Now, as a disclaimer, this video is not intended to be a tutorial or nothing. I don't feel like I'm qualified enough to really teach y'all anything. So I'm just letting you know what I learned and what I know now. But don't try to take this, or if you do want to take this as a learning experience, take it with a grain of salt, man. I'm no expert. Far from it. So basically, when I first started riding, she would tell me to get on the throttle a little bit. You can hear my RPMs climbing, and slowly release the clutch. But first you'd have to be in gear. So again, RPM slowly climbing, hold the throttle there, and slowly let off the clutch. Don't get worried that the engine's getting louder. That don't mean nothing. Or don't worry about what it means. So for about 30 minutes, this is all I was doing. Taking off from a start, coming to a stop, and taking off. And then when I wanted to come to a stop, I would grab the clutch and start braking. But now I know that you can get rolling with a bike like this, and I'm sure with many other motorcycles, you can get rolling with no throttle. Just by using the clutch, you can get going. No throttle is necessary. Now, when it comes to stopping, what I learned at first was, especially since I was learning everything in first gear, when I would come to a stop, I would just grab the clutch and use both. That's what I learned first. But now I know about the wonders and joy of engine braking. So instead of just pulling in the clutch, I'll let the engine slow me down first. I use some brake if I need to. And before it sounds like I'm about to stall out, I'll grab the clutch. Now I'll show you the difference. What we're going to do here is we're going to roll up to that second median at 15 miles per hour. And then I'm going to grab the clutch and show you how long it takes to slow down. At 15, cross that line, hold the clutch. we're easily going to make it all the way over to that curb. I'm not doing any engine braking. So when you just brake like this, or use this method to slow your bike down, you're going to have to rely more on the brakes. So let's do that again at 15 miles per hour, and then use engine braking as opposed to just grabbing the clutch and letting the bike use its momentum. Let's see, about 15 miles an hour. Actually, we're going faster, but that's okay. Letting off. Look how much slower I'm going. I'm not even going to make it to that curb without stalling out. Well, actually, the gear is engaged, and now this is just engine power going. But yes, it's much better, in my opinion, to use some engine braking as well. All right, so as far as shifting gears, when I first learned, it was similar to coming off to a stop. So say you're in first gear already, clutch is fully disengaged. To shift to second, it was a roll off the throttle, grab the clutch, shift up, roll on the throttle, slowly disengage the clutch. Well, not slowly, but smoothly. It's some finesse that I would use with coming off the throttle. Coming off the clutch and coming on the throttle. Some finesse with that. That's how I learned that first. So shifting gears, clutch in, and slowly on and off at the same time. So now, I just do everything faster pretty much. But I'll show you that again. As long as you're smooth with your clutch and throttle, it don't matter how long it takes you to do anything. As long as you get on your clutch soon, because if you just let up the throttle, you're going to start braking. But say if you grab that clutch as soon as you let out the throttle, you're going to keep that speed. So again, it was just off the throttle, on the clutch, shift the gear, and then use that finesse. That's how I learned. That's pretty much still what I do, but it's just a faster process. Show you what I'm talking about. So now it's more like same thing, just sped up. But I also learned about clutchless upshifting. Now that's a video on its own that I still need to make. But basically, a quick way and easy way to explain it is, when your RPMs are up in that small second when you let off the throttle, there's no pressure on, I'm not even, you know what? I ain't gonna try to explain it. Damn, how could I forget to tell y'all about downshifting? So downshifting, when I first learned it, was pretty similar to upshifting. Let's say I'm in third gear and I want to go down to second. It was roll off the throttle, grab the clutch, shift down, and then slowly finesse the two. The two being the throttle and the clutch. That way it works perfectly fine. But now I know about the wonders of rev matching when I downshift. So rev matching, that's again something else I can explain in another video. But basically, it's shifting to a lower gear, and it's a quicker way of doing it. But it's pretty much the same. It gets the same job done as shifting down and finessing the clutch and the throttle. And what that does is just gets the engine and the rear wheel back in sync, going the same speed, so that way it's a smooth transition to the next. Rev matching does that exact same thing, syncing your engine to your rear wheel, but it does it faster. So I'm going to show you the difference between the two. First, we're going to do just a regular, the way I learned how to downshift. So we're in third gear. Now if I wanted to shift down to second, this is a slow iteration of that. Just shift down and then finesse the two. Nothing wrong with that method. It's just slow. Then I'm gonna give you a quick example of rev matching, just to show the difference. In third, coming down to second, same thing. All right, so basically, that's all I learned when I first started riding. Everything else just came with practice. Now, the most important things that I would like for you to take away is, number one, you gotta be nice and calm when you ride. My mom didn't emphasize that, but that's very important, man. Before you even start riding, shake your arms out. Relax, have fun, enjoy it. Don't panic, don't get nervous. I tell you what, I try to teach my sister how to ride. she already knew how to drive a manual transmission car, so I didn't think I would need to teach her much other than where everything was located. So she hops on my dirt bike, and she's got the clutch in, and she's just on the throttle, just and I'm getting mad, thinking she probably about to blow my engine or something. So I'm telling her, let go, you idiot. And of course, she let go of the wrong thing. Instead of letting go of the throttle, she let go of the clutch, popped the wheelie, dropped my bike. She almost flipped my bike, really. And I was pissed. But yeah, man, so some of the things my mom didn't emphasize to me was turning, looking to where you want to turn. That's very important. But again, I'm not trying to give you a tutorial. I'm just trying to tell y'all what I've learned and what I know so far. So I think that's been a nice little quick short video, man. If you got any questions, please feel free to let me know. Y'all have yourselves a blessed one, man. Stay blessed. Don't be too stressed. Master Yoshi out. Peace.